Hi traders, this is Forex Nelson and I'm back again today with another 7 trades, and this is a training video for my Super Sniper trading system. Today's date is April the 7th, and like I said, I did 7 trades, and my goal every day is trying to get at least 200 or more pips. So every morning at 6 o'clock, here I am, drilling down the lights from the monthly, putting together my daily trade plan. We can take a look at that. Here it is right here. Now this 30-year bonds was the one that was all red actually, and I traded it. It was almost like a preferred trade. You can see down at the bottom, 30-year bonds here. And oil, well, oil had some mixed signals, down and up and whatnot. Sometimes when you have that, it'll go up first and then down and then up. In other words, range bound, which is tradable. Okay, now let's take a look to see where I got into these trades. So there's the arrow to remind me I want to be selling. Sold the pound dollar. Took all these trades after 6 or 7. 2 of them were around 8. And of course, closed them all out around the same time, just before 11 a.m. New York time. Okay, took the trade at this cursor, had a sell signal down here at the bottom, red, red, red. TZ is going down, and the AO is red. So I took the trade. Market's very random. Many times it'll just spike up or down. But I knew it was going to go down eventually, producing about 12 pips there. Has to be 12 pips because pound dollar has the USD on the right hand side. So 12 times 10 times 10 lots, you can see, ended up paying out $1,200. Okay, moving on to the next trade example, Euro Aussie. It's a little bit to the left here. Here we go. Euro Aussie. This is looking a little bit better. Qualifies for a great way to trade. In other words, goal line's going up and we're above the water line on the AO. Let's see where I got in on this trade. Buy signal is here, and I was doing my daily trade plan. I pulled the trigger because I knew it was going to go up and at least test that for around 27 pips. Did go up to about 40. Came back down, and I ended up closing it out just being happy with about 17 pips, and those 17 pips paid out $1,270. Remember, once you establish the fact that you want to be buying and the 3 moving averages are in proper order, 20, 30, and the 50, anytime it comes back to around the goal line, like here, all through here, all through here, you can certainly jump in, and that's like 56 pips. You can get in here again for 40 pips, get in here again for about 30 pips. Okay, moving on to the next trade, the Euro CAD. This one I wanted to be buying. The trend from left to right looks more up than down. Remember the higher time frames, especially if you go to the 30 minutes. See how it makes it nice and in order, the 3 moving averages, and the goal line's going up. Now this is not quite right. Let's see. Now because it did this dip down here, that's why we went below the water line. Not quite for a great way to trade, but the higher time frames is saying to buy. There's the arrow. Let's see where I did get in. Now by the time I pulled the trigger on this candle, it did qualify for a great way to trade. See, the goal line is going up slightly, and we're above the water line on the AO, as you can see right there. And everything else is blue. The gold TZ indicator is going up. So pulled the trigger, took the trade, and I closed it out over here, just being happy with about 31 pips. And of course those 31 pips paid out $2,462. Okay, let's move on to the next trade, the Euro Yen. Here's the arrow. I knew I wanted to be buying. Everything was green from some of the daily trade plan. Let's see where I did get in. Buy signal at the beginning of this cycle was right here, but I was sleeping. So while I was doing the daily trade plan, I actually saw it. I knew it was going to go up with 95% certainty. So I got into the trade. Should have closed it out there with around 66 pips. But this is where I saw it, and that's why I decided to close it. I was very happy to close it because I'd be given most of the money back. If not all of it, it'd be a losing trade right now. Remember, you have to have money management in order and trade management in order. So those 31 pips ended up paying out $2,581. Remember, it's also important, especially once it hits the ADR, doesn't mean you're going to get 50 or more pips. You know, sometimes it'll hover around it and then do pull back minimum at least to the goal line. And also keep an eye on the meter, as if you see one bus driver, or even two is better. Euro is a bus driver right now, but it's like 4:30 in the afternoon, and don't expect much price movement even if it is a bus driver. It's quiet at this point in time. Okay, let's run a check on the futures, indices. These are the ones that pay the most, they move the most, as you can see money-wise. But be careful, you can make a lot, you can easily lose a lot. Gold, let's see, check out this gold. Move this a little bit more to the right, here we go. Gold pays $10 a pip. So let's drag and drop this up. First thing I would notice from back here, 3 moving averages cross, they're all going up, including the goal line. We're above the water line from here. Officially qualifies for a great way to trade. So every time it pulls back to the goal line, you can take the trade there, here, 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 here. All of these are entries, and the last one is right here. Look at that move there. That's like 60 pips. And of course, from here to there is 100. From there to there is 116. From there to there is 87. Now, I didn't see it till this point, and I knew, I measured from there to there, and it didn't bother me because I knew it would just come back to here, bounce around a little bit, and continue on its way up. Took the trade at this point. Now this has to be, looking at the money-wise, has to be 35 and change. There it is right there. Should be 35.8. Close enough. 35.6. So let's go with 35. You take 35 times $10 and then times 10 lots. That's why you see $3,580. Okay, let's move on to the 30-year bonds. Run a check on that. Now this one pays $5 a pip, and if you remember, it was mostly everything was down. And so there's the down arrow to remind me. After I knew I wanted to be selling, let's see where I got in at. Now right on this candle, when I pulled the trigger, it qualified for a great way to trade. A very, very slightly slanted down. And of course I took the trade and it did go a little bit against me. 10 pips, not a big deal. Wasn't too worried about that. And of course I ended up getting, looks like about, I used a calculator just to let you know. It has to be, because I took the 58.50, divided it by 5. That worked out to 117. And those 117 ticks paid out $5,850. And again, as far as the average daily range goes, for the bonds it's 173, and today went 227. The ADR starts right over here, it says right there. So from the top to here should be 173. Let's see. There it is, 173. And if you go down to the bottom of the blue box, that should be 227, and there it is. Close enough, 227. And usually when it hits the ADR, there's no guarantee that it's going to stop on a dime. It can go some more, or like it did here, a little bit more, and then it went flat or sideways for the rest of the day. Okay, let's move on to crude oil. Now this one, remember the Canadian dollar can be a driving force, either for up or down. And if it is a bus driver, well, it will move crude oil. So let's see, there's the arrow. I knew I wanted to be selling it based on the higher time frames. Let's see where I got in first of all. Now you have to wait for the TZ, or at least you should wait, till it goes up, and then as soon as you get a sell signal right here, I got in pretty close to that. I always say try to get in as close to the goal line as possible. In other words, here, 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 here. You can also pull the trigger right here. So that's where I got in. Went a little bit against me, around 50. Not a big deal. Please keep in mind that a 10 or 20 pip stop on these indices many times will not hold. You will get stopped out. It did bottom out with about 360. Now if I managed to get that, if I did one standard lot, that would be $3,600, but I was happy at this point because I knew I was well over 200 pips, and I was just looking at the total, 126, 12.6. So this has to be 126, which it is. That's 126 ticks times $10 times 10 lots. That's why you see $12,600. I just added up all the pips and ticks. Today was a great day of trading. I ended up with well over 300, as I thought it would be. I actually got 369 pips and ticks, and those 369 pips paid $29,544. So, just about time to wrap up this video. And of course, if you have any questions, just get in contact with me, and if not, good luck with your trading, and we'll see you in the next video.